You're being racist. You're being dramatic. You're just looking for something to complain about. No. Just because someone says they don't like something doesn't mean they hate it. It doesn't have to be so polarizing in this or that. No. In regards to Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime performance, people are allowed to not necessarily like it, but that doesn't mean they're being a hater or they hate Hispanics or Latinos and they're completely racist. No, it doesn't work like that. Personally, I know for me and a lot of my friends out there, we actually did enjoy how culturally rich the performance was. Like, it felt like you were stepping into his neighborhood, you're stepping into the things that he was going through throughout his life, and we're just experiencing so much. The boxes outside, the food vendors, the nail techs, the sugarcane fields, like so much culture and historical references were there. Going back to the food vendors, he highlighted so many American small businesses. Hello, that is great. There was a full wedding on display celebrating love. There weren't any disgusting outfits and too many like lewd behavior. It was chill. It was minimally political. And when I say minimal political, I mean it was more so if you know, you know, if you caught it, it wasn't bluntly in your face. And we're going to get more into the political stuff later. But even with all that being said, all the highlights and the good things about the performance, I still can sit here and understand why some people did not like it. And one of the main reasons for this is because how can you sit here and like something you can't even understand? Not to go as far as they hated it, but how can I sit here and say, yeah, I really enjoyed that when I didn't even understand most of that what was going on? At the bare minimum, to me, they should have had subtitles, something, because the whole thing was in Spanish. And I understand Puerto Rico is a part of America. I understand Bad Bunny is a U.S. citizen. I get all of that, and we're going to get into more of that later. But there still is something to be said for this huge of an American staple, a cultural event, not being done in English. Like, at the bare minimum, we need a set standard. We need something. We need a set standard, a moral guideline saying, hey, this is at least how we're going to operate in this country, and the rest can have nods to other influences. But like, at the bare minimum, if this is an English speaking country, there needs to be an English speaking performance. That's just me. I'm not even so hung up on the fact that it has to be an American artist. No, English. Hello.
Can we stop pretending like everyone is a diehard Bad Bunny fan and Puerto Rico is the 51st state? The NFL's fan base is anywhere between 70 to 80% Caucasian. If you're the largest customer base of the NFL, it's not racist to want to understand what is going on during the halftime performance. Almost no one watching in the stands or at home could understand a single word of what he was saying. So it is insulting to the American fan base, which is predominantly American and white, to put on a halftime performer that does not sing in English and that wouldn't even tour in the US for political reasons.
Would not even tour. He wouldn't tour across America for political reasons. He's sitting here doing the whole thing in Spanish. When it first announced that he was going to be the one doing the halftime show, he said, y'all have 4 months to learn Spanish. Come on, G. Like, I get it if the NFL wants to expand towards like a more global audience, but that would make sense. But even then, you're doing a bad job and not even, at least at the bare minimum, including subtitles.
Here's the thing. It wasn't a bad performance. It just did not make sense. This would be like if Puerto Rico was hosting the FIFA World Cup and we had Jason Aldean headline. And to everyone who's well, he's American because he's from Puerto Rico, I guarantee he identifies as Puerto Rican first, because Puerto Rico is a territory. It is not a state. They have their own flag. They have their own language that is different. So like the 5 genuine Bad Bunny fans that I know, happy for you, but let's not act like this wasn't annoying for everyone else.
Exactly. You're not a hateful human being. You're not wrong for being annoyed or irritated by this halftime performance that you could not even understand. And that doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't make you racist. That doesn't make you hateful. It's just, this is an American staple event, largely American audience, largely English speaking audience being thrown Spanish speaking, Spanish influence halftime show. Like, it's one thing if we're traveling, people are acting like, oh my gosh, Americans are so privileged and so uncultured. If we want to travel, we'll travel. If I want to experience something not American, I'll go do that. If I want to hear not English, I'll go somewhere and do that. But it just felt very weird. It felt very weird and odd and out of place. Like Sabrina said in this video, it would be like if the FIFA World Cup was held down in Puerto Rico and they had Jason Aldean headline. What the hell is Jason Aldean doing there?
And so Bad Bunny tonight, when he ended his Super Bowl performance by listing the countries and saying, together, we are America, he was correcting people from the US. He was making a statement saying that America includes people that we detain, dehumanize.
No, we're not going down that route. Is it right? Yes, I get it. South America, North America, it's the Americas. Everybody, it's more so like, it's language gymnastics. That's what's being played right now. Technically, is everybody an American? that's up in like North America, South America, could you just say, yeah, I'm American? I guess. But that's not in the year 2026 how language and how we use the definition of what American is. Largely, America has been viewed as the country, and the states is like the different states within America. And then there's Canada, Mexico, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Puerto Rico, like all these different things, right? And I understand Puerto Rico's a part of America, but it's different. It's just different. Like the other video we watched, it's just different. And I don't think we can go down that route of saying we're all American, we're all family, we're all loving, we're all accepting. We're not one big ass country. We're not. If we were, you would stay your ass put down south. But no, you traveling through the jungles, up the dirt roads, through the desert, and jumping our border. For what reason and why? Because you love what? This country. So it's almost like you have to pick one. Like, what is America if we don't have a border? What is America if we don't have rules and laws? What is America if we don't have a shared language? What you're saying, we're all American, love this, unity this, it means nothing. It's performative and it's fake. It has good meaning behind it. It has good intentions. It does. But we can't operate off of empathy and intentions. We can't. We actually have to have discussions about what these words mean, what we're advocating for, what we're doing. And sometimes it doesn't make sense no matter how good it looks from the outside. Especially if you want to use that wording and that phrase, we're all American, to disguise to knock down like what ICE is doing and against illegal immigration. The people in support of ICE really do actually care and love this nation, knowing to protect and preserve what America is. I think one of the biggest things regarding ICE is that people are forgetting that it's illegal immigration we have a problem with, not legal. Now, there are some things about legal immigration that need to be addressed and adjusted. I get that. But as far as ICE is concerned, we're enforcing our border, and our border means nothing if we're not enforcing it. The entire reason a set land is a country is because of its borders. Like we recognize, hey, this land, this is America, and within these walls, within this border, this is how we operate things here. At the bare minimum, we need to get behind that and respect that, because again, all these illegals are coming here for a reason, because we respect law and order for the most part. So we can't go down this route of we're all American, nothing matters, accept everybody in. That's not as practical as you may think.
I want to talk specifically about the political references in this halftime show that really got me. So starting off, we're in the sugarcane fields of Puerto Rico, just diving right into the historical context of colonialism in the Caribbean, the history of slavery in the Caribbean, the exploitation of our land and our natural resources for the economic gain of the empire. Now we're in New York City, Nueva York. And then Benito just waltzes up to go take a shot with who? Toñita. Who's Toñita? This is a real Puerto Rican woman who lives in Brooklyn and owns something called the Caribbean Social Club, which is one of the last standing Puerto Rican establishments in Williamsburg, which has been a hugely gentrified neighborhood of New York City.
This is pretty cool. You want to throw nods at the sugarcane fields and history behind that? Cool. Promoting small businesses in New York? Cool. This is all nice and dandy.
Ricky Martin from Puerto Rico just sang a Bad Bunny song saying, I don't want to happen to us what happened to Hawaii. A blatant call for independence and sovereignty and decolonization of Puerto Rico. And then we go straight into this. Actually simulated the problems with our power grid in Puerto Rico, which is a direct consequence of us being a colony, and the privatization of our power grid by the USA. Then Bad Bunny emerges from the fields carrying the Puerto Rican flag, but not just any Puerto Rican flag. This is the light blue Puerto Rican flag, which is the original colors. And this is the flag that they banned. And then we were only allowed to get our flag back when they changed it from light blue to that navy royal blue to match the blue in the American flag. But by waving this flag, this is our original flag, again referencing our own sovereignty.
Recuerda, mi padre, Puerto Rico. Seguimos aquí.
And ending it with Seguimos aquí, which means We're still here.
I'm glad we had that little history lesson and I sat through and I let that lady speak. You want to have these subtle political moments? You want to like have these nods of this and that, and you want to set out this big message? You can do that at your concerts, which would have been great if you just did it all throughout America and highlighted the wrongdoings. And you want to go down this route, sure. But you did all this within the 14 minutes you had on stage, on one of the world's biggest stages, honestly, for American viewers who are largely just drinking with their friends and family, wanting to have a good time, watching the game, wanting to hear good music during the halftime show, and its entire, now like a political moment. Not liking this isn't being racist, isn't being hateful, it's just more like the time and the place. And it really makes me like go back to like past performances where it's just mainly music. You could have subtle nods to like American culture, I guess, but in large part, it was just a good time. Like this was very much a boring history lesson. That's what it was, in my opinion. It was a boring history lesson. Again, there were some lit parts, like I can get down to some little bachata. You know, I can get down, you know, but I see it. It's not rocket science to me. Or somebody did not like this, did not understand it, didn't get it. All in Spanish. You got this woman doing a 2.5 minute dialogue explaining every little political thing going on in this video. And we're sitting back, the regular everyday American sitting back like, what happened to just playing music? Just English speaking, good old bopping music. What happened to that? During the National Football League, America National Football League, halftime show. Not being super hateful, not being super divisive. It's just a matter of everybody's like kind of confused as why people didn't like it, as if it's not point blank period. And then at one point at the end of the show, this was on the screen: the only thing more powerful than hate is love. Again, this is where I feel like our empathy is clouding our judgment. I'm all for love. This is a great statement. It is. I'm all for promoting love over hate. I am. But in this case, if this is being used, and if people are viewing this as, yes, this is a nod against ICE and all the hateful stuff going on in America, we need more love, more love, more love, this world is not loving. It's not. The only thing more powerful than hate is love. Say that to the cartel running rampage over South America. Not ICE, who's enforcing our borders to make sure that shit ain't here. The only thing more powerful than hate is love. Say that to the people in your home country. You got all these flags around. Say that to the people there. But instead, a lot of people are taking this and trying to apply it to America. We need more love, more unity. We can't have that if we can't agree on basic law and order. It just won't happen. And it is not love to just accept anybody who wants to come in this country illegally. That's not love. Because what would love them is paying attention to why they are coming here in the first place. Why are they willing to risk their entire life coming to America? Because they love what this country can provide to them, and this country will not be able to provide to them if it doesn't maintain a structure, if it doesn't maintain its border. Otherwise, you're fleeing for no reason. Everything that is corrupt, all the hate that's in the country that you're fleeing from, and you want to wave this flag from, is going to come right here. I'm all for America being a melting pot. I'm all for America coming together, lots of different things and cultures and identities, and melting into one. But keyword melting what? Pot. What the fuck? What's the pot? Is the pot a nation with no borders? No, it can't be that. Should the pot be a shared language at the bare minimum so we can understand all the different things we're bringing in from around the world? Maybe. But we keep calling ourselves a melting pot. What's the pot? What are we melting into? Is it this country? And again, if it's this country that we're melting into, and that's the pot holding it all together, if there's no border, there's no pot. Like, there's nothing holding everything together. Is that right? Am I stupid? You get what I'm saying? There's nothing there holding America together. There's no melting pot. If there's no borders, if there's no law and order, if everybody can just do whatever the hell they want to do. Again, I feel like if anything, America's more of a mosaic. There's a bunch of little ass communities dealing with each other. Little community here, community here. Oh, well, this is my community. This is my flag. This is our language. This is our food. Instead of melting together and loving this nation as one. So if we actually love this nation as one, we could come together at the bare minimum of a shared language and shared law and order. That's That's just where I'm at.
So to anyone who's like trying to say in my comments, oh, well, he's from Puerto Rico, you know, it's U.S. territory. I know he's from Puerto Rico. This has nothing to do with where he's from. I understand it's a U.S. territory. But the fact is, all those flags should not be waved at the Super Bowl. This is not the Olympics. You're not having other countries there represented at the game.
Yeah.
It's literally an American sport. You literally have American athletes playing one of the biggest football games in the world. Okay? So don't be saying, oh, well, you just don't like Puerto Rico. Never once said that. Never once said that. It's the fact that Bad Bunny does not like America. He's very anti-American. He has said it more than 100 plus times. He told everyone that the show was literally going to be in Spanish, and it was. And I will be honest with you, it was a good performance, but the fact is he does not care about this country. You can't be in a country and not be for legal immigration.
Hello.
Plain and simple. You can't be this millionaire, have your security protecting you, keeping you safe, and not think it's okay that ICE is keeping Americans safe and keeping criminals off our streets. I would have done the performance in English. I would probably have a way better review of the show. But the fact is, it was not in English. It was in Spanish. No one knew what you were.
Yeah, and the crazy part too is that a lot of the football players couldn't even name a Bad Bunny song, didn't know what was going on, what was gonna be performing, none of it. Like again, if they had subtitles, I feel like a lot of people feel a different way. If there was at least subtitles, but it wasn't. It was just a culture shock, which is fine in some areas. But again, if I want to travel, if I'm watching the American halftime show, National Football League halftime show, the Super Bowl show, and all of a sudden I'm just down in South America now, but what the hell? It's not racist. Has nothing to do with him. We get he's from Puerto Rico. We get it's an American territory. It's just the fact that was the most least American thing we have ever seen.
As a music lover, it shouldn't matter whether he's speaking your language or not. The music is good. But if you feel like this is a political agenda, be mad at the NFL and not Bad Bunny. I don't know about for you, but for me, lyrics make up a huge portion of my love for the music. If the lyrics didn't matter, then we would just be bumping instrumentals every single day.
Yeah.
So to me, it does matter what he's saying because the lyrics make the song hit 10 times harder. I'm not saying that it's bad music just because it's Spanish. I'm sure he has a lot of bangers.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the NFL, which is largely supported by English-speaking people, it's not even extremely popular overseas. This is the only platform or stage where this type of sport exists and is largely supported by English-speaking people.
Yes. It's not even so much that I don't like it because it's in Spanish. I don't like it because we don't understand it. And I also don't want to turn into a nation where we prioritize other languages. At the bare minimum, I think, again, there needs to be some set standards on when and where English is spoken. And I feel like something like the National Football League, mandatory English. Our street signs and stuff, mandatory English. Like airports, mandatory English. I don't want to live in a multi-language country. Sorry, I want to understand the people that I'm living next to and I want to talk to. And I want to have to learn like 5 billion different languages for that. Doesn't make me a bad person, doesn't make me a racist person. I just really enjoy being able to have a conversation with anyone in this nation. Like I can travel to Maine. Hey, what's up? We can chat. I can travel to Seattle, California. Like I love being able to experience the different states and different vibes and different cultures, but still at the bare minimum communicate. That's what I really enjoy. And the route that this is going is just weird to me. Like it's not, that's really all it is. A lot of people want to hear the lyrics of what's being talked about, what's going on. A lot of people want to understand the things that he's saying. And a lot of people, you know, I've seen the argument of like, well, we have had a lot of other halftime performers that weren't from America. America's not the point. It's the language. We don't even know what's happening. Like for the non-American halftime performers, we got The Weeknd, Shakira, Coldplay, Rolling Stones, Paul McCartney, Shania Twain, U2. The thing with that, at least we can understand them. At least we can understand them. At least the entire thing, majority of what was going on, we understand it. There are so many people that they didn't understand a drop of nothing that came out the halftime show, but the 3 seconds Lady Gaga sung, which was so random. Besides that, anybody know?
I might be a hater. Bored. And it wasn't like boring. It just was like definitely better than the Grammys for sure. Like
Yeah.
I found like something in that. But it was just like I really need to stop doing this. And I don't know, I think I have a problem, but like every time I think about like really dope performances, I think about like Lady Gaga, Beyonce,
Beyonce,
like
yes.
I think of like really great performers and people who have brought something, even Usher and like.
Yes. When I think about a halftime performance or just a performance in general, I'm thinking about something grand, something huge, exciting, invigorating for the people there in the stadium and watching. They're hearing songs that they know, that they're somewhat familiar with, turning it into a party, a grand, great party. And that was not that. Not to say I absolutely hated it and it was the worst thing ever. No. Like I said, there was some great nods, great cultural things behind it. It was very cool. But I see why people don't like it. I see why people don't want that to happen again. And then I also see how it was viewed as boring. Like he's strolling through fields. There was some cute, like again, getting down in front of the bodega and the wedding scene. And there were some fun moments, but it wasn't like everybody's off their seats, turned and just vibing, having a good time. None of that was there. Guess where it was though? Them Puerto Rican ass neighborhoods. Guess where it was though? South America. All the viewing parties for the halftime show, they were lit. But you look at the Americans, at the American National Football League, we weren't lit. And it's our show. I don't even like football like that, but I can view why some people were salty. It was more for the viewers at home and people outside America than it was for the people inside America, which is crazy because again, Bad Bunny's American. Puerto Rico's a part of America. But we get the vibe. It was just completely different. And to a lot of people, boring. But as always, let me know your thoughts and comments down below. I appreciate so much your time watching my content, being here, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. We're on our road to 1 million subscribers this year. That's the big goal. I hope we get there. It's gonna be insane if we do. And all in all, outside from this video, I ain't talking about no damn bonito and Spanish and all that shit. No, just me and you right here. Me and you, me and your friends, your spouse, whoever else watching this video, whether you're on the couch, in bed, on a walk, in the car, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're going through right now, it's called going through it for a reason. You're not stuck there. You will survive. I don't know what the hell is going on in your life. I don't. Family drama, friend drama, work drama, health drama. I don't know, and I honestly don't care. I do, but I don't care what the reasoning is, because no matter what the reasoning is, you are stronger than you think and you will prevail through it. But you have to believe in it first. You have to have faith in yourself and understand and know that if you put your mind to it, you can and will get through it, and you will achieve any goal and dream you set out for yourself. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to focus on yourself. You have to do what you need to do to take care of you. So with that being said, thank you for your time watching this video. I appreciate your love and support so much. Next video that will be out will be about Epstein, the truth behind it all, my thoughts behind it, and why I think this is all just a corrupt, rigged system. More on that later. Be sure to subscribe. That's coming this week. And I love you guys a ton, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.